Well, that was a fun match we had this morning. Finally got it uploaded. It's about 20 minutes long, but it's always a fun time. As always, this will be a short. If you stick around, you'll get the longer version. We explain everything. So let's just go straight to the good stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do we got? I encounter all of these cards. Oh, my favorite card! Actually, this is a very popular. This is in the top 5 cards right now. Muck, I love Muck. Oh my gosh, this is a good pull. I already have Quaxio. The code's not going to work, guys. Okay, so that's the end of the short. But let's keep going for anybody who's here, sticking around for the long version. So Flamigo here, you can see it has a nosedive. This Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. Oh, this is actually the one that is not great. No. Okay, so the other Flamigo is the good one. There's one that it has the flappy attack, and it's the top 10 decks right now. There's 3 different cards that have the flappy or have that same attack, and it says that it deals 20 more damage for everybody that has that attack in your graveyard or in your discard pile. But I do not have this foil, so I'm going to save that definitely. We'll add that to there. Take home. I love Muck. Muck is low-key one of my favorite cards ever. I actually prefer the other one, but your opponent's poison Pokemon don't recover from that special condition when they evolve or devolve. So this Muck here forces them to stay poisoned. It's awesome. The reason it's awesome is because Muck evolves from Grimer, and Grimer poisons. So you put Grimer out first turn, poison them. Poison means they're going to take 10 damage every single turn forever. They're just gonna die. They're gonna take it, and most people will just evolve the Pokemon to get rid of it. Well, you throw this guy out, and your opponent's poison Pokemon don't recover from special conditions when they evolve or devolve. So all special conditions, that's paralyze, that's burn, that's sleep, everything, and you can just have him on your bench chilling, preventing them from removing the conditions, which is really annoying. And then your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. It only hits for 100. His other attack is, the other Muck is a little bit better because he hits for 90, and then it poisons and confuses. And confuses, you flip a coin. If it lands on tails, you hit yourself for 30, which is amazing. That low key is the best attack or best condition in my opinion, because you have a 50% chance that you're eliminating their attack ability. They're just not going to be able to attack you at all. You know, there's another condition that says this flip a coin and this Pokemon doesn't deal damage this turn. Well, that's basically the same thing, except it also hits itself for 30. And then on top of that, it's poisoned. So the 90 becomes 100, becomes 110, becomes 140. And then they stay poisoned and they stay confused the rest of the game. So Muck is one of my favorite. Quaxio, once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. There's many cards that do this, and it's used in the top 5 decks in the whole world. It's one of the reasons why it's almost impossible to play Pokemon right now for anybody who's playing Pokemon Online Live. They can basically swap out any Pokemon they want. They can move the energy to and from each other, and they can move the energy from their discard to each other. They can move their energy from their hand to each other. They basically are turning a 60-card deck into a 60-card hand. You guys know what basic energy is? I'm about to scan that, so that won't work. Skidoo, Vine Whip, nothing special. He just evolves into a better Pokemon. This one evolves into the one we just had. Pound Kick, nothing special. He does have 70 HP. That's nice because a lot of Pokemon or basic Pokemon hit for 60. I actually don't like this trend. A lot of basic Pokemon hit for 60, so they're giving these smaller Pokemon 70 so they can survive the first turn. Well, that's a problem because people who try to Zerg you, if we're going to use terminology from StarCraft, and I believe that's a term that's used all over now, to Zerg an opponent is to try to take them out very early. So if you're trying to beat the decks that if you don't want to play an EX, V, VR, V-Star, V-Max, whatever deck, and you want to Zerg them, 70 HP makes it impossible to Zerg them. So that's kind of annoying, Pokemon Co. This guy has 60, so you could take him out first turn and prevent him from evolving. Once during your turn, you may shuffle your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you put any cards on the bottom of your deck in this way, draw a card. People don't use that very often, but I do see him from time to time. There's just better cards. I mean, you can use them, but there's just better cards. Discard injury from this Pokemon. This is a crappy basic Pokemon, but his evolution's actually really good. Ah! You may move an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their benched Pokemon. That is really cool. I actually really like that. So this was in the last rotation, controlling the energy. Basically, whatever active Pokemon is out, you move the energy to someone else, or you throw it back to their hand, or you have them discard it, and then you prevent them from retreating. Well, that doesn't work anymore because every single deck can just do switches. Switches are so common with the current decks. The current state of the game is actually kind of sad. This attack does 70 damage for each of your... Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get anywhere with that deck, with that card. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. There's better tools. There's tools that deal 30, so... You know... I'm not going to use this. I'd rather give my Pokemon 50 HP. That's the popular tool right now. And they just changed the rules. I don't quite understand why the rule changed. They're making tools like items or something like that with the new sets, I believe. Or maybe they're making them like stadiums. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make it so you can't play more than one tool a turn or something like that. Anyways, there you go. Pokemon's great. Again, it's not great right now, but it can. Up to the 600 rank, it's really fun. You still see some creative decks. So keep collecting, keep playing. Stay tuned.